Ahoy! Welcome to another spooky episode of the O Show. I'm O and I'm here for your amusement. Okay, y'all, so we are back with episode 3 of my George A. Romero trilogy. Alright, so we talked about Night of the Living Dead. We talked about Dawn of the Dead. And tonight, we are going to talk about Day of the Dead. Ooh, it's Day of the Dead. Ooh, can you see it? Yes. Alright, yeah, guys, so, so this is, Lord, I don't remember what year this came out. 85, maybe? I don't know why this is. But, we got Day of the Dead, which I need no one to touch, okay? We already remade Night of the Living Dead. There's a remake of Dawn of the Dead. Like, can we leave Day of the Dead alone? So, by the time we get to Day of the Dead, you guys, so we are now, like, questioning humanity. We are underground in, like, this underground missile base somewhere. And, it's pretty much right now the military has been tasked to figure out a way to stop the fucking madness. So the first movie, like, the outbreak is starting. The second movie, we got zombies walking around. They're still, like, attracted to things and places they went to on a normal basis. And now they're just fucking they don't care. They're just walking everywhere. However, there is a twist, though, with what's happening down in this bunker. So, like I said, the military is there, so we have an asshole named Captain Rhodes who, like, this man got paid to scream through this whole movie. Like, all he does is scream at everybody. There is a lady named Sarah. There's two other cool dudes. And then you got Sarah's boyfriend, who's a little bitch. This man he's just fucking up left and right. Like, they even had to tranquilize his ass. He'd be like, just go to sleep. So he can stop causing chaos. But the main focus, somewhat, of this movie is around this doctor guy, right? So they call him Frankenstein. I forgot his real name in the movie. But they call him Dr. Frankenstein because he's the one who's, like, one-on-one with the dead. And so one day Rose is like, what the hell are you doing? Like, show me your progress. Like, why are we down here? And instead of figuring out how to stop the zombie apocalypse happening, this man is over here teaching one of them tricks. But not just tricks. Like, he's trying to domesticate them. Like, you know what? They were once people. They know things. It's not their fault that their brain is telling them to eat and kill. But you know what? If we can teach them, we'll reward them, and maybe we can use them. And so we get to our focus of the movie, zombie named Bub. Bub, actually. So anyway, Bub is, like, chained up. The doctor is putting shit in front of him, like telephones, razor blades, books, and just seeing, like, what he does. And if you just remain calm, like, he will remain calm. And if you act crazy, he's gonna act crazy. So that's pretty much what's happening with this movie. They got, like, this cave system where there's a whole bunch of zombies walking around, and whenever they need one, they have a system where they'll trap it into, like, I don't know what it's called. It's kind of like that structure, if you ever go to a rodeo, like the wooden structure that the bulls are in before they go running out. That's pretty much what's happening here. And they're just trapping, and that's how they would get them inside. But then we find out that, like, the scientist is actually using real people as, like, food for Bub and his other experiments. Like, they were like, whatever happened to Johnson? I don't know if that's his name, but, you know, they're like, where did Johnson go? Like, you've seen him? Turns out, he died. He became an experiment. And no one was really bothering this doctor, so he was just doing what the fuck he wanted. Oh my God, it's crazy. It's not as, like, scary as the first two, but, like, that build-up is really, really good in this movie. And when we get to the kills, you know, again, it's not like boo, it's more like, oh my god, like look at how they fucking killed this person. So like the way they're killing people, they're just like, they just keep stepping their game up. And that's what's cool about this movie. So like in the beginning, so I'll tell y'all a story. So I remember watching this as a kid again because reasons. So like in the last video, the Dawn of the Dead, I remember I told my dad, since I watched Night of the Living Dead and realized Dawn was a sequel, I was like, oh my god, I want to watch it. Okay, just ignore the fact that I'm 7 years old. I don't know how old I was, but I used to walk in the video store and see this, and I'm like, oh my god, it's part of this guy, this George A. Romero. And it's not on here, but on the VHS, I remember there's a scene where there's this lady and a whole bunch of arms coming out of the wall. And I used to just see that every time I went to the video store and passed it, and my mom wasn't going to let me get that. But my dad, I was like, I'm ready, I'm done. Here, just don't look, just, you know, rent it out. And I used to always see it and be like, what is happening in this movie? Like, what are these arms coming out of the wall? How do arms come out the wall? It was a dream sequence, but that's like one of the best sequences ever. Like, this lady's standing in this room, and again, it's a dream, but all of a sudden out of nowhere, all these arms come out, and there's this beautiful like reaction that she has. It's so beautiful and horrifying at the same time. And then, like I mentioned in the last video, Romero had this kill scene where, you know, a person will fall down and he's surrounded by 10, 20 zombies, and now instead of just biting, they're ripping his body open, and you see like the head being separated and the chest getting open and the body parts coming out. It's just so beautiful the way they just did these practical effects back then. Like, it's crazy. And then at the end, one of the main ways to get in and out of this place, but I think it's actually the main way, is there's an elevator that will go up and down from the ground. So if you want to go out, you get on the elevator, you push the button, it rises up. And of course, the field where they're at, there's a fence going around, but of course the fence is breached at the end, and just a horde of zombies come in. And that little bitch I mentioned earlier, what was his name? Carlos, Angelo, Derek? I don't know his name, I forgot. But he was like, you know what, I'm gonna die, and if I'm dying, everyone's dying. So he gets on the elevator, the chain is breached, the zombies are coming, he sacrifices himself on top of the elevator as all the zombies pile up on it, and he hits that button, and that elevator came down, and you just see like a shitload of zombies who are just now in the fucking base. Oh my god, so awesome. Alright, let's get back to our friend Bub, right? So Bub he just adores like Frankenstein. Alright, this guy is working with him every day, he's there. He does a good job, he gets rewarded with something to eat. Frankenstein gets shot. And now Bub is like, fuck you humans who are still alive. And Bub ain't having it. So he is going after Captain Rhodes, and again, you know, he'll take a shaver, put it to his face, and remember that it has something to do like this. So this zombie found a gun, and he remembers what a gun is for. And that's like one of the best endings of a killing in a movie that we get, when Bub has his revenge on Rhodes and the way Rhodes dies. And then on top of that, the zombie salutes. Like, oh my god, this is so awesome. So y'all, have y'all seen Day of the Dead? Have you seen it? If you have, what were your favorite parts? What do you like about the movie? What don't you like about the movie? If you haven't seen it, will you watch it? Like, you really do. If you guys like, treat yourself to all three of his movies, the first three. We'll talk later about Land and Diary of the Dead, the Survival of the Dead, and all that mess. But yeah, Day of the Dead, y'all. Oh, and the opening like title card, the zombie that comes where his jaw's missing and you see his tongue, like the effects is so much better. Like the last movie, you got like these blue zombies walk around with that horrible makeup they put on. Like in this movie, like they're like, okay, yes, this is gonna be a color. Let's fucking do this right, and they do it, and it is beautiful. If you're a zombie fanatic, like you gotta get your hands on Day of the Dead. So again, let me know your thoughts and comments. Thoughts and comments in the comments. In the meantime, please like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and we are going to keep this Orphathon going with the next entry tomorrow. So until then, TTFN. Oh.